Hi friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we have to discuss about NPTEL problem solving through programming in C week 12 programming assignment solutions. The due date for week 12 programming assignment solutions is 2010-2022. Now we can go for the first program. Write a program in C to find the factorial of a given number using pointers. So hash include stdio.h. So this is the standard input output header file. So next line is the function prototype. It tells to the compiler which type of function we have to use in the program. The function name is findFact and its data type is void, and it can take two parameters. One is integer parameters and another one is pointer parameter. So its data type is long int. Next, here the main function start here. So in this main function we have to declare one long integer variable called fact. Next one, we have to declare another variable called num1. Its data type is integer. So now to find the factorial for which number, that number can be read from the keyboard by using scanf function. That number is stored in variable called num1. Now we have to call a function find fact num1 comma ampersand fact. Function name is find fact. It can take two parameters. One is num1 variable and another variable is ampersand fact. Okay, so this is the calling function. The control goes from calling function to called function. The called function is void find fact. Here the two variables are n and pointer factorial. Here num1 variable is copied into n. Here n is the formal parameter, num1 is the actual parameter. The value stored in num1 is copied into variable n. Ampersand fact can be can be copied into pointer factorial. Okay, so in this function we have to write the factorial program without using a recursion, using pointers. So whatever the logic that we have to write without using recursion, the same logic here also we have to use, but in the place of factorial we have to use pointer factorial. Here in that called function we have to declare a variable called I. Its data type is integer. Initially pointer factorial can be initialized with 1. So in the without using recursion of factorial of program, so we have to declare factorial is equal to 1, but using pointers in this program we have to write pointer factorial is equal to 1. Okay, next one, this is a simple logic. For I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. Within the body of the for loop we have to write pointer factorial is equal to pointer factorial into I. Okay, the variable I can start with 1 and the loop can be iterated up to n times. For each time factorial value can be updated. So once this condition is failed in the for loop, the control goes to the next statement after the for loop. Okay, so factorial program without using recursion, whatever the logic we have to use, the same logic here also we have to use, but in the case of factorial we have to use pointer factorial. That is the difference. Remaining is the same. Now click on save as draft and click on compile and run button. So see this one, compilation passed, public test cases 2 by 2 is passed. So test case 1, input value num1 value is 5. So expected output is the factorial of 5 is 120, actual output is the factorial of 5 is 120. Both actual output is equal to the expected output. So then status is passed. In test case 2, input value given is 15. The factorial of 15 is this value. Actual output is also the factorial of 15 is this one. So both actual output is equal to the expected output. Then we can say that status is passed. So then we have to submit. Okay. So I am not explaining any logic. We already know that factorial of a given number without using recursion. The same logic here also we have to use. But in the case of factorial value, factorial variable, we have to write the pointer factorial variable. So that is the difference. Remaining thing is the same. So there is no need to explain the logic. Everyone knows the factorial logic. Next, we can go for the second program. Write a C program to print the record of the student merit wise. Here a structure variable is defined which contains student roll number, name and score. So before writing the program, first we have to declare a structure called student. Its data members are roll number, name and score. So see this one. This is the struct is the keyword, structure name is the student. The three data members in this structure are roll number, name and score. So roll number data type is integer. This is a character array called string. So the string name, its a data, the string name size is 20. Its a data type is char, and variable score, its a data type is integer. Now this entire structure can be declared for 20 members. For that one we have to use array of structure. Okay, array of structures concept. In the main function we have to declare the array of structures for 20 members. So for that one, struct structure name, structure variable with here we have to write the how many members you want this structure. For 20 members we want to this structure. So here this is the structure variable. Okay, so this is the syntax we have to use for declaring array of structures. So struct structure name, structure variable, within the square brackets we have to mention the size. Okay, next variable I and n can be declared as integer variables. So n can be read from the keyboard by using scanf function for how many members you want to declare that structures. Now for suppose I am taking n number of students. For n number of students we have to read the roll number, we have to read the name, we have to read the score. For that purpose we have to use for loop and scanf function. To access the members from the structure called student, we have to use dot operator. So here ampersand s of I dot roll number. Okay, so for ith student we have to read the roll number. For ith student we have to read the name. For ith student we have to read the score from the keyboard by using for loop and scanf function. Once we are reading the data for n number of students, that contains every student contains roll number, name and score. So after that we have to arrange the scores in ascending order. Here we have to use the bubble sort logic. So for that one, student scores can be written in an array. So now we have to sort that student scores by using the bubble sort logic. In the bubble sort we have to compare the adjacent elements. So see this one, here For I equal to 0, I less than n minus 1, I plus plus. For j equal to I plus 1, j less than j plus plus. Here I value is 0, j value is 1. So that 0 and 1 elements can be compared. So this procedure is continued. Adjacent elements are compared. Whenever the adjacent elements are compared, if they are not in sorted order, put them in sorted order. If they are already in sorted order, so there is no swapping can be done. So this is the simple bubble sort logic. Here we have to compare the student scores. Okay, one student score is compared with the next student score. So first student score is higher than the second student score, so there is no swapping can be done. First there is a swapping can be done. So this is the simple bubble sort logic. Okay, once the sorting of the scores, so then we have to print them according to the roll number, name and score. Okay, this is the simple logic. Here we have to use the bubble sort logic to print the student scores in ascending order. Okay, next, save as a draft and click on compile and run button. So see this one, compilation passed, public test cases, test case 1. Here input is, we are entering 3 student data. First student data is roll number 1, student name is Santanu and his score is 700. Second student roll number is 2, her name is Aparna, her score is 550. Third student roll number is 3, his name is Vivek and his score is 900. Okay, these are the 3 student data. Among the 3 student data, which student has the highest score? So that is the 900. So name is Vivek and roll number is 3. So in the merit list, the first student name is Vivek, his score is 990, his roll number is 3. After that, among the 700 and 550, 700 score is the highest, his roll number is 1, his name is Santanu and his score is 700. After that, next highest score is 550, so his name is Aparna and his roll number is 2 and his score is 550. Okay, so three students are arranged according to the highest score. Okay, so actual output is also same. Merit list is Vivek 900, Santanu 700, Aparna 550. Both actual output is equal to the expected output. Then we can say the status is passed. Then we have to submit the solution. So see this one, test case 1 is passed. Now we can go for the third program. Write a C program to store n elements using dynamic memory allocation. So calloc and find the largest element. Here we have to use calloc function. Calloc function is used for allocating one number of blocks of memory. Okay. So here we have to find the largest element. So we have to store n number of elements. Among the n number of elements, which element has the largest element? Okay, that we have to find out. Hash include stdio.h, hash include stdlib.h. So this function is used because exit of 0 function can be available in stdlib header file, so that we have to include this header file to our program. In the main function, we have to declare 2 variables, n and pointer element. Variable n data type is integer, pointer element data type is float. Next one, n number of elements can be read from the keyboard by using scanf function. Now for the pointer variable element, we have to allocate the memory. For that one, we have to use the syntax element is equal to data type star. Here its data type is float star, calloc. Here for how many number of blocks we have to allocate memory. So n number of elements we have to allocate memory. So how much amount of memory allocated for each variable, so each floating point variable. So for that one we have to use size of float. So in this line the memory can be allocated for n elements. Suppose if the memory is not allocated for the element, so this condition is true, so then we can print no memory is allocated. After that we have to exit from the program. Suppose some memory is allocated, so now we have to read the n number of elements from the keyboard by using scanf function. Once we are reading the n number of elements, we have to find the largest element. So this is the logic we have to use to find out the largest element. Everyone know how to find out the largest element among the n number of elements, how to find out the minimum element among the n number of elements. The same logic we have to use here. Okay, after that we have to print the largest element. Okay, this is the program. Save as a draft and click on compile and run button. So see this one, compilation passed, public test cases one by one passed. In the test case 1 I am giving 5 elements, that 5 elements are 200, 300, 500 and 100 and 400. So among the 5 elements, which element is the largest element? That is 500. This is the expected output, and actual output is also largest element is equal to 500. Both actual output is equal to the expected output, then we can say that status is passed. So now click on submit. Now next we can go for a fourth program. This is the last program. Next, write a C program to add two distance given as input in feet and distances, inches. Okay, in this program we have to read two distances. For each distance we have to give number of feet and number of inches. Okay, so once we are reading the two distances, for each distance we have to read feet value and inch value. So after that we are adding them. Okay, this is the program. So here hash include stdio.h. Here we have to declare one structure called a distance. So structure name is a distance, struct is the keyword. In that structure we have to declare two data members, one is a feet and another one is inch. Okay, for this two data members, its data type is integer. So structure name is a distance, it contains the two data members feet and inch. For this structure we have to declare three variables, one is a d1 and second one is a d2 and third one is a sum. Okay, now enter the first distance. For entering the first distance we have to read the feet value and inch value. For the second distance also we have to read the feet value and inch value. To access the structure data member we have to use the dot operator. Ampersand d1 dot feet, we have to read the first distance feet value, we have to read the first distance inch value. Next, in the same way we have to read the second distance feet value and the second distance inch value. Once we are reading the feet and inch values for both distances, now we have to add the inch values of d1 and d2. For that one we have to use this statement, sum dot inch is equal to d1 dot inch plus d2 dot inch. So this value belongs to the d1 variable, this value becomes the belongs to the d2 variable. Once we are adding d1 dot inch plus d2 dot inch, that value can be assigned to the variable called sum dot inch. Next, in the same way, d1 dot feet plus d2 dot feet, that can be assigned to the sum dot feet. Okay, So once we are getting the some value in terms of inches and some value in terms of feet, we have to check one condition: sum dot inch greater than or equal to 1. Suppose some value in terms of inches is greater than or equal to 12, so then these two statements are executed, that are sum dot feet is equal to sum dot feet plus sum dot inch divided by 12, and sum dot inch is equal to sum dot inch modulus operator 12. So these two statements are executed when this condition is true. So if this condition is false, so now print the sum of distances in terms of feet and in terms of distances. So click on save as draft and click on compile and run button, and see this one: compilation passed, public test cases 2 by 2 passed. In the public test case 1, so we are entering the inch value and feet value. Inch value is 40 and feet value is 11 for d1 variable d1, and feet value is 10 and inch value is 11 for d2 a student. Okay, now sum of the distance in feet 40 plus 10, 40 plus 10, that is 40 plus 11, that is 51, and feet is 10 inches. Actual output is sum of distances is equal to, so 51 and feet is 10 inches. Both actual output is equal to the expected output, so the status is passed. In test case 2, I am giving 10 and 5 for d1 variable, 20 and 5 for d2 variable. Sum of distances is 10 plus 20, that is 30, and the sum of feet is 5 plus 5, that is equal to 10. So both actual output is equal to the expected output, then we can say that status is passed. Now click on submit. So then we can get the status is passed. Okay, this is the week 12 programming assignment in NPTEL problem solving through programming in C. I hope all of you understanding this video. If you really understanding this video, please subscribe my YouTube channel DIVVELA SRINIVASA. If you have any doubts, please put your doubts in the comment section. I will try to clarify your doubts. After subscribing my YouTube channel, click on the bell icon to get the future updates in my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe my channel DIVVELA SRINIVASA. Thank you one and all for watching this video. So please see the chat box for answers. Thank you one and all for watching this video.